Yeah, she
Like
can
if you
do
ever need a
that.
side job, you can do that.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
my
She
God.
can read the mature novels, you know what I mean? That little,
Oh, girl.
that would
Oh,
you gonna make a
yes.
bank, girl. You make some serious bank
I'm
doing that.
telling
Girl.
you,
I
you know we
think
live, right?
I know,
Oh, my
but
bad.
call me.
I didn't know we were
My
live.
bad.
Oh,
Oh
Hey,
my
damn.
god.
Well,
everyone,
yeah. All
it's
right.
me,
Yeah.
Lady Infamous 415, Grown Women Gaming, Volume 33. We were just talking about Mamacita's voice. It's
Yeah.
like velvet wrapped in chocolate. I'm just saying,
Oh my God, yes.
velvet wrapped in chocolate.
Oh
I'm
my
telling you.
God,
Uh,
y'all
Oh
are
my God. Milk
funny.
chocolate at that. Not dark chocolate, milk chocolate.
Okay. I'm telling you, this microphone does some things, though, I think.
Oh no.
No,
We
boo.
talked to you in
No,
person.
that's
We know.
you.
Oh, okay. All right. All right.
Y'all, let's welcome back Mamacita in the building today.
Yay, 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 yay. Glad to be here with y'all, ladies.
All right, and I want to introduce my lovely, lovely panel. Miss CHAREECE in the building,
What's up, everybody? It's your girl CHAREECE here.
and Miss DELILAH HT.
Yes, I'm here. Glad to be here. Beautiful morning. Let's go.
And shout out to LBOOGIE. She should be on her way to San Diego Comic Con. So we wish her to have fun and be safe out there in them streets. Let's start off with you. What you guys been playing lately? Let's start with CHAREECE.
Since I'm losing in our achievement battle, I've just been playing random things and old things. Like with the sale going on, I've picked up the Marvel Ultimate Alliance, and I'm replaying that to the point where it's making me feel nostalgic for like college days and staying up late till 3 in the morning playing video games. And I'm too old for that now. I'm still playing. What's the one? Nair. I'm still playing that one, and I don't know, just random things. Oh, and Skyrim. I play Skyrim on Sundays. Me and my daughter after church.
Yes, girl.
Yes.
That's the game right there.
All right,
Yes.
Mamacita, what you been playing on lately?
Girl, I've been on this Vermintide 2 kick.
Really?
Yes, I've been on it. I've been co-oping like several weekends in a row, and I know I've put in at least maybe 30, 35 hours in
Oh
it.
wow.
I've completed the main mission. You know, the main acts are like 5 acts, and I've completed all of the maps. Now I'm just doing like the heroic deeds where they just kind of give you, you have to play with no health packs or low ammo. You know, they just kind of throw in different
Ooh.
tweaks in it. So yeah, but it's pretty good. They've got a really good solid game. If you're into co-oping and you're into like those hordes and waves of, in this case, they're rats, but they're
really?
transform. Yeah, but they almost look like, I mean, they're humanized rats.
Yeah.
But then they have different tiers of bosses that you have to fight, and the bosses kind of spawn at different areas of the map. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
That's what I've been hearing. That's what I've been hearing about that game. That's
Yeah, and it's in Game Pass as well.
Oh, I'm loving Game Pass these days.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Miss DELILAH?
Man, everything under the sun, especially if it has easy achievements. You know, I'm trying to win this contest, so your girl just hit 12,000 for the month. I'm
Ooh, get it,
on that
girl.
grind. Yeah,
Yay.
I've been on that grind. Outside of that, like actual legit plan, it's been I finally finished Wolf Among Us, and
Did you like it?
no.
And wait. Go back up.
I'm sorry.
What?
I don't
Oh,
like.
oh my.
I'm not. The story was cool. Okay, let me clarify. Okay. The story was fine. Like it was entertaining. I like the twists and stuff like that. I thought that was dope. What I hate though about Wolf Among Us is the gameplay. To me, gameplay is king, and I would fall asleep playing the game because it would get to a part where you had to take the analog stick and point to a place on the screen and walk over, and so I will fall asleep on those parts. But
That's how it was with Firewatch.
like, I can't. I just can't.
You don't like Firewatch?
It's not
I fell
interactive
asleep
enough.
playing it.
Yeah,
Aw.
that's how I feel about Telltale. It's not interactive enough for me. Like the fight scenes and stuff is dope. The quick time events, that's cool. And then I realized that you don't even have to press a button, and then the same stuff happened, and I'm like, okay, this is useless. So for me, I've been trying to get back to outside of grinding. Like I've been trying to get back to Nier Automata. I want to finish that game, and I still got to finish Hellblade. You know, I'm too creeped out to finish it. Like I'm on the last. I think I'm on the last chapter or so. And but it's really creepy, man. That
But
game. You
man,
guys know me. I'm
look,
scary. I'm
stop
super
being
scary.
scary. Stop being scary, man. If I can beat it, you
It's
can
the
beat
voice.
it.
I guess I'm about to turn the sound off and then try.
No,
to
you gotta keep
finish
it.
it.
No,
You gotta
you gotta do it just like that.
See
the
what I'm saying?
sound.
I can't see.
You gotta keep the sound
I
on
can't.
because that helps you. They help you
See,
with the puzzles. I'm telling you.
I get
You gotta
it.
stream
I get
it.
it. Like I said, I've gotten pretty far in that game. I've been playing it. You know, I'm like I said, I think I'm at the last bit of it. Because I'm fighting this. I'm at this boss fight or whatever, and yeah, I think I'm getting in.
Well, I hope you finish it though.
Yeah, me too. But I want to play Vermintide too. I've heard a lot of good things about it. My husband, he's playing it a lot. He's been looking for a squad and stuff like that. And he said he gets upset because it make him play the mage character. He doesn't really want to play as a mage. Like he wants to play as like the archer, and someone always gets that character before he can play or something like that. So
that's true. That's true.
I
See, I
said,
always play
start
with
your own
Sienna.
squad.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he don't, he's like, I don't like to jump in. And I'm like, start your own squad. And you can say, look, I want such and such. Man, whatever. But
I'm sorry. That's
sorry
though.
Maybe I will. Yeah, that side was real, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But hopefully I'll get to try it once this competition is over. Because right now that's been on top of my mind. So.
Oh, okay. That's what's up. I have been playing. I haven't streamed this much this week, but I did play a lot of games. Yes, Julius Williams. I will do the pub update right now. I've been playing pub a little bit this week. I played with LBOOGIE. She's way better than me. I still am ass, but I'm trying to get there. I was top 10. I was top 10 sometime this week. That was cool. I also was playing Destiny 2 because I was just bored. When I'm bored, I play Destiny 2. There's so much shit you can do. But you end up getting like bored and tired of it. I try to do heroic strikes and nightfall strikes by myself. It was not the best advice for myself this week. Also, I've been playing somewhat Heavy Rain, Devil May Cry, Mass Effect. Sprinkle a little bit of Call of Duty, and I'm still, I'm always playing something. It's rare. It's rarely that I don't play anything, but. As far as the achievement hunting competition goes, I'm 5th, and I know my role, and I'm sticking to it. So I just want Grown Women Gaming to win this month. That's all I want. You know what I mean? And hopefully we will get that this month. So we'll get the first title, and hopefully we'll do something like this in the future. So
I don't know. Nerditude, me and the other Nerditude competitor been going back and forth between first place. So. It's been a grind. It's been fun. It's been fun though. I've been enjoying these games, by the way. Like I've discovered a lot of cool games in the process.
Yeah, me too. That's the best part of the challenge is you're playing games that you're not usually playing, and then you're playing them and you're like, oh my God, why did I not play this earlier? Because personally with me, I just been so close-minded about certain games, and I'm like, you know what? I looked at it, I don't want to mess with it, and I actually gave it a try, and I'm actually enjoying it. So to me, that's like the best part of the challenge to me. Let's get to the first topic of the day. Shadow of War is now microtransaction free. My question for you ladies is it a good thing? Is it too little too late? Do you feel indifferent? And how do you feel about them? Like, how many months the game came out? Like maybe 3 to 6 months the game came out already? Oh no, it came out last year. I'm sorry.
Last year.
Yeah. I'm damn. I'm off on that day though. October last year. Almost a year. Like
almost a couple months off. Yeah.
Couple months off. You think it's you think it was a good move for them or no? Let's start with Miss Mamacita.
I mean, okay, so they took all the loot boxes out. Okay, yay. And then I guess you don't have to put the microtransactions for, I guess, skins and I guess some of the enemies that you would encounter or whatever. But I don't know. I mean, I was looking at the different articles and just kind of where they're going forward with microtransactions. I mean, it's great that they did that, but I'm kind of on the side where I think they just did a really bad job of hiding microtransactions.
Yeah.
That's what I think. Because I mean, kind of it's like that's where we're going, and I think they were just too blunt about it, and it just required. It's like in order to advance in the game, you had to purchase loot boxes or use microtransactions. And I think that's where Warner Brothers failed at with Shadow of War. They should have taken the approach more. So I in my opinion, with Ubisoft and what they did with Assassin's Creed Origins, where there were no loot boxes but there were microtransactions, and the way the microtransactions were done is you can choose to, if you wanted to not have to grind as much in the game. If you didn't want to, then they would just show areas on the map. If you wanted your character to have certain skins early in the game, then you could purchase items. They should have done it where they gave the gamer an option and not make it critical to your gameplay experience. So, but I don't know. I think Shadow of War now is kind of in the back of everybody's mind now, and it's kind of too little, too late in my opinion. But I guess we'll see.
Okay. How about you, CHAREECE? How do you feel about that?
I'm kind of torn because, again, like Mama Sita said, it's kind of too late for them to do this because the game's already out, been a year. But I am more now inclined to buy it because I didn't buy it the first time with the first release because of the same reason. Because apparently you couldn't get the in-game content unless you bought loot boxes, and that's like,
oh, that's messed up.
Yeah, that was just how bad it was.
Yeah,
you beat the game, but then to get the end game after that, you had to purchase certain orcs or something that only was in the loot boxes. So I was like, fuck that. I'm not for the, I gotta pay. I can understand if it was DLC, but this wasn't even DLC. It's actually in the game. I just gotta buy it from a loot box. So I was like, nah, I'll just wait. But now since it's actually taken out and it's on sale, I might actually purchase the game.
Well, I think it is on sale with the Xbox summer sale. I think it's on sale.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
I believe the first one, Shadow of Mordor, is like $4, $4.50, something like that. Them like under $10. But the Shadow of War is, I believe, is on sale. I believe. What about you, Miss Delilah HD? How you feel about what they did over here?
I think it's good for them for taking it out. I mean, for them to realize that, okay, this is probably hurting the game, hurting the sales. I mean, because if you think about it, the first game sold multiple million copies, right? And so this game is sold like significantly less than that. I'm talking about not even 500,000. I think that's part of the reason of them trying to make these changes. And the game did release last October, so man, they coming up on a year, and it's like no one has any. I mean, I haven't spoken with anyone that has told me anything really great about the game. Because people have kind of like moved past it. So many other games that came out after that. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe like all you have been saying, maybe it's just too little, too late. I think a lot of it to blame for the game though is also marketing, because I think that they didn't do a good job with marketing this game. When you compare it to how the first one was done. So I don't know. I mean, because the first one was extremely successful from what I remember.
I do think it was.
And I think this one just kind of a little bit fell to the wayside a bit. Cause I think they were how many years apart? Like 2 years apart or something like that.
Yeah, about 2.5, the regular game period time.
But I thought you talked about, they had made some improvements on that Nemesis system, because that was what the big deal was in Mordor.
Yeah, but it was also tied to the loot boxes. Like you had to, grind out for the orcs and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know, but by them having that great PR behind removing this, though, it does entice me to be like, okay, let me go check this game out just to see if it's worth my time, or But at the same time, like I wasn't super fascinated with the gameplay loop of the first game, because me, you guys already know I'm not a huge Assassin's Creed fan. I did love Origins and all that stuff, and so they have like a similar gameplay style. But I don't know. I may give it a look now.
The base game is on sale for $24.99.
Okay. Yeah, but I gotta see how long that game is, just to kind of see if I can, how much time I can devote to it. But yeah, I mean, good for them for making this decision. But I think the damage has already been done, and I think they saw it. You know, they saw that basically off the sales alone, and so I'm glad people are, you know, deciding with their wallet, like making these developers think twice about putting this in their games. Like, man, we're not gonna buy your game, you loading up with loot boxes and making the gamer, you know, kind of like nickel and dime in the gamer, so to speak. So
okay, all right. With me, it's like this. Okay, I'm gonna keep it real with you. They had the game out in October. They said in April this year that they was gonna not mess with microtransactions. They were gonna take them off the game, which is cool. Now you have a like 2 or 3 months gap within. Why did it take them so long to remove something as profitable as microtransactions? Were they stacking up their paper? Because they know they're gonna.
No, I don't think so. I think development is difficult, and they probably had it littered throughout the game, and so sometimes that takes time, you know, to dig through the code. And if it's dispersed throughout the entire application, then they got to go through and find each piece and where it's kind of embedded in and take it out. It could just take a lot of development time to make sure that you fix all that, take it out, and then the game still works the same.
Don't you feel like they should have had like a plan B action for that already established?
No, because they thought that it'd be successful. They thought that, okay, we can put this in the game, and people are gonna eat it up and love it, and we're not gonna have to worry about pulling it out. When they realized they made the mistake, they got to go back, take it out, and so that stuff is cost and effort, and you got a lot of technical debt, you know, with that.
Yeah, I think, and also, I believe that Shadow of War did not sell as well as Shadow of Mordor, because they ain't talking numbers, but. I know that in November that the Shadow War fell to number 12. So that tells me that people didn't like the microtransactions, and I feel like they should have did something earlier, you know what I mean? Or sooner, you know what I mean? I feel this was like a last ditch attempt to get a little paper, and then now they're doing it, but I'm still not gonna mess with that game. I'm still not gonna mess with that game. They're trying to see if they can recoup their little dollars that they lost with the investments of these microtransactions by freeing them, and see if people are going to actually buy the game now. But with consumers, you need like maybe 1 or good 2 times to like entice and impress a gaming consumer, because if not, they're not going to spend money on your stuff. You know how many games that I done looked at since I've been been in this gaming streets, and they don't impress me, I don't buy the game. I'll get the game when it's like dirt cheap. And I have no problem with that. I don't have no problem buying my game dirt cheap. But you're going to entice me if you want me to, you know, spend money on a game first day. So, but is anybody going to get the game now because ain't no microtransactions?
I might.
Yeah, I think I'm still on the fence about it. You know, I may, looking at that price is what's kind of luring me into. And actually, I have Mordor that I need to play and complete. And the thing is, it's really, from what I've heard, people that have played the first one and even played the second one, it really is a really good game. And that's what's kind of sad. You kind of handicapped a really good game and gameplay experience for gamers by doing this microtransaction shenanigans. But as far as gameplay wise, story and all the things that are kind of important to me, from what I gather, it's a pretty good game. So I don't know. I still may play it. I mean, Delilah's playing that. She's dropping her developer knowledge on all of us about how software and all that.
That's okay.
But I still, but I still think, I with all of that, and I do understand that, I do get that, but it does seem to me, okay, yeah, it took you from October to July to do that. Like, well, maybe you were kind of wrapping up all you could get, and then hey, we're gonna take out the microtransactions. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, so can you tell me the timeline again, lady? They said in April that they're gonna take it out.
Yeah, they said April 2018.
Okay, so the game dropped in what, November?
October 2017.
October. Okay, that's a good time slot, but it's kind of like a time slot where a lot of stuff dropped. But okay, so if they announced in April that they're gonna take the stuff out, it took them to July. That's about what, 3-4 months.
Okay,
Yeah.
I thought they had announced that back sometime after release that they were gonna do something with the transactions. So they just announced in
So
April.
it took about 4 months to get rid of the transaction. Okay, so
not too bad.
yeah, like I ain't gonna beat them up too bad because like
makes you wonder whose idea was it to add that in transactions in the first place. You already had a successful game, but now you're gonna add those in. Why?
I think
because the company, the publisher is publicly traded. That's why typically they need to make that money. Anytime you got people that are investing in a company and they're on the stock market, they got to try to make sure those investors get some kind of return on whether it's dividends or something for the year. So typically what that means is we're gonna try to make as much money as possible. So let's put as much incentive we can on top of the game in order to make a profit, and that's what it come down to. They wanted to make quick money, make it fast. Think about what Fortnite's doing right now. Free game, but it's littered with microtransaction. They make $1 billion in revenue. Like nope, every company can look at that and be like, yo, we doing microtransactions.
I didn't even put that in the topics, but yeah, they made $1 billion.
Yeah,
they made $1 billion.
Right, and everybody's talk. Well, it's a free game. No, it isn't.
It's not.
It really isn't a free game.
They making $1 billion in revenue. Definitely not.
Yeah, they're making money off parents.
No, that game isn't free. But I mean, that model. I mean, what do you all think? Would you rather have that type of model where, okay, if I want to play the game, I don't have to pay anything for it. But if I want to, as long as it doesn't affect gameplay.
I'm old school, so no. I'd rather buy if I'm paying. Okay, let me step back, because if the game's free, I get it. They got to make money somewhere. But if it's predatory, then definitely not. Now, if the game costs me $60, I don't want a single microtransaction in that bad boy. Like, I paid $60 already. I shouldn't have to get nickel and dime on some extra stuff. So that's my whole thought on it. I do understand where the developers coming from, because like they have to make money in order to sustain their jobs and things like that. But come on, though, like, you charge $60, I shouldn't have to buy anything else. Like, that's what I have a problem with. And we've mentioned it on this show before, was like Sea of Thieves, and how, to purchase that game, it was like $60. And then for the amount of content that it released with, it just wasn't up to par. And then on top of that, they had a way where you can buy items in the game. And it's just like, come on now. The game should just be flat out free and then sell stuff, So I don't know.
Well, there will be with this summer sale. They're gonna get some more revenue just without the transactions and this sale. They're gonna have people spending money on that game, but we're gonna see after the sale if people still gonna buy it though.
Yeah.
What do you feel? It'd be real funny if it gets back on the charts.
What do you feel about Mamacita's question though? She's like, which do you prefer? Like, do you prefer the microtransaction model, or
I don't prefer the microtransaction model, because that's not how I was raised. You feel me? When we grew up gaming, we didn't need this. We didn't need this at all. So I feel like if you really need help playing a game, buy the strategy guide. I would spend my money on a strategy guide versus a loot box or
oh God, you said strategy guide.
That's old school right there. I got some.
I got Final Fantasy 13 right there. I'm looking at it.
It said like, search YouTube or like
even cheaper. Well, damn, man. I'm saying based on how I grew up. You know what I mean?
I get it.
I don't need the microtransaction. There are more avenues that I can figure out what I need. Just give me I just want my games with the least amount of microtransactions as possible, because it seems like it's going to get oversaturated, and the more and more people put games with microtransaction, it's going to be more and more gaming companies that choose not to, and I hope that they'll be successful with that, because I'm waiting on Cyberpunk. So I don't need no microtransactions. Like, I don't buy crypto keys or whatever medals or whatever from Call of Duty. I grind them. And like, I just played Call of Duty yesterday, and I got like 600 crypto keys based on just playing the game. So I'll just I'll just keep my I don't need it. I don't need it. Just to answer her question. Yeah.
Yeah, and Rain G4 in the chat said, can blame GameStop because developers never got money from the used games. That's true. But at the same time, it's like now digital can't even talk. Digital distribution is like so prevalent. So that should pretty much overcompensate for the fact that GameStop, does the whole used games thing. So it's been 5 years now since digital distribution has been like a primary thing for consoles. So I think that can no longer be used as an excuse for like padding games with microtransactions. That's just my opinion.
Okay. Well,
I'm kind of on both though, because I play free games. If anybody has ever talked to me, like Neverwinter, I played Neverwinter like the death with that one. But I think but Neverwinter gives you content. Like they do an update like every 6 months. There's a new major update going on. Fortnite is just nothing. There's not even a story. I can't deal with that. So I can see spending some money on some games that actually have content if it's a free game, but not Fortnite. I can't do it. I refuse to.
I don't know why people buying skins. I don't get it. You know what? That's a whole nother story. Come
on now, you bought stuff for your avatar that don't even do anything but just sit on the screen.
You know what? Yes, it is. But you know what? I get more enjoyment of buying clothes for my avatar than buying a loot box from Overwatch.
Yeah.
So I get more satisfaction personally with me. But hey, to each his own. So let me hit up the next topic. It's Remedy put out some news for us saying that the development of Alan Wake and Quantum Break sequels is up to Microsoft. Now, my question for you ladies is, why are they not on it? And because I don't know about Alan Wake personally, but Quantum Break, I need that Quantum Break too. I'm sorry.
Yes, that story.
I need that story though. That story. My question for you ladies is that from a business standpoint and from a gamer standpoint, do you think we should get these sequels? And if so, yay or nay on that? And why is Microsoft not taking advantage of doing these games? Let's start off with Delilah.
Absolutely. I definitely want a sequel for both Alan Wake and for Quantum Break. But obviously I prefer for them to do Quantum Break. If they don't even have to touch Alan Wake, let me decide. But the Quantum Break, the way that ended and the cliffhanger and all that stuff, I thought the gameplay was fantastic. I like the characters. By the end of the game, I really cared about what happened to the characters. So I thought that was really well done. The writing was really good. So I would love to see a sequel to Quantum Break. Why Microsoft hasn't decided to invest in those franchises, I think comes down to money, because Quantum Break didn't perform so well. So I guess that's why they're hesitant to throw money behind it. And it's just very interesting because Remedy also has a game called Control coming out that looks very close to Quantum Break. I mean, it looked like Quantum Break 1.5 or a Quantum Break sequel almost, just because she has like powers and everything. So I think Microsoft should really just reconsider that if it's a hard no and they have like full out decided not to do it. I mean, they do own the IP, so it's their right to decide whether they want to invest in it. But I think if they did, I think they'll be fine. I think if they invested in Remedy to do another sequel to any one of those, it'd be fine. They gotta market though. Like that's always to me been Microsoft's problem is they want to get these returns on these games, but they don't want to spend the money to market them. I never understood that. It's like maybe they marketing is, the people who they pay to do all their marketing. Maybe they show that up in Seattle around was it Redmond and all that place over there on that side of the country, but I don't see anything over here. You know what I mean? On the East Coast, or when I talk to people online or anything like that, Microsoft need to market. I feel like they need to take the amount of money that they put in Surface as far as the marketing, because we see Surface everywhere. I mean, I know I do. they need to take the amount of money they put in the Surface and put it behind a couple of these games. Because to me, I think that's the only negative as to why their games aren't selling the way they should. They be relying on these little weird marketing ploys, like painting signs on the side of a building and doing stuff on Twitter. To me, it's not enough. Like you need to really go traditional, man. Put a couple TV spots out, like legit TV spots, and talk about these games more than just the week that they're releasing. Like talk about these games months and months ahead of time. Like for instance, with State of Decay 2, like I thought they did okay with that, with the marketing for that, but it could have been way better. Like they could have started marketing that game back in February instead of waiting until like a month before the game release to begin marketing the game. I mean, I would have had like a little, like, you know how back in the day when they did Halo and they had like the whole bees campaign, they always treat Halo like the golden child when it comes to marketing. It's like treat all your games like that. Like every IP, in my opinion, is important. Anytime your business has some sort of investment into something, like put your money where your mouth is. Like you don't be putting this millions and millions of dollars up in to make a game, to create a game, only to not market it. To me, that's the most dumbest thing ever.
You are absolutely right, Delilah.
It is what it is.
With me, I agree. I see more. I love Xbox. I love Microsoft, but they should like how they promote their controllers and things. You know, they can as well as the Surface. I think people want this game. Like I said, I don't know about Alan Wake because I haven't played it, so I can't speak on that. But with Quantum Break, you know how many people told me to play this game? And I'm like, nah, cuz I seen people play it. It's like a big old movie, which they are right. It is a big old movie. And we're not saying that the game was perfect. No game is perfect, but I enjoyed the game. And how you want to, it shouldn't, if you're not going to make the game, then don't give me no cliffhanger. Don't give me no indication that you might make this game. Like a perfect example, Dead Space 3. Anybody who played the ending of Dead Space 3 know they got a super duper cliffhanger at the end. So in my mind, I'm thinking, oh shit, Dead Space 4 about to come through the streets and stuff. I'm so ready. But
I keep hearing this like tapping. Somebody doing Morse code or something. Like it's just like a tap.
I hear it too.
Yeah.
I don't know, but that's not me. Let me figure it out. Maybe it might be my computer or something.
Good. Well, as someone who has played Alan Wake, and I've also played Alan Wake American Nightmare, I have to honestly tell you, it would make more sense to me that they would make up Alan Wake 2 even more so than Quantum Break. And let me explain why I say that. We know that Quantum Break was a financial failure, but Alan Wake, while initially coming out the gate, it did not do as well as they would have liked it to have done. Over time, it built up such a cult following, and it actually sold pretty darn good. It may have taken 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years for it to do so, but it did well. And I don't think it was 9 years. I think I'm over dramatizing that one. But people that play Alan Wake said, you know, we were okay, where's Alan Wake 2? Give me more, because it was different. The gameplay, the style, the darkness, it was just a different experience. So I could almost see Microsoft greenlighting Alan Wake because they know how that game ended up, how the cult following, and how, you know, the game ended up being pretty good or as far as sales. I'm not saying it was off the charts, but it wasn't like, you know, it just took several years out of the gate for that game to really pick up. Quantum Break, I loved Quantum Break. I really did. I just think that Microsoft did for that game. They marketed it okay. It wasn't Halo Gears status, but it was okay. And once again, I mean, not to piggyback off of what everyone else is saying, but I do not understand why Xbox has this one and done attitude with a number of their other games. They did the same thing with, not Sea of Thieves, but Sunset Overdrive. You know, I was like,
I love that game.
That game was that was one of the best games, even still is one of the best games, first party games that are, third party games that are on Xbox. But I'm like, you You know, that it should have been everywhere. And then what gets me is when their games come out and you go into the store on Xbox, you don't see them. It takes a day or two for the store to update before you even see the game even advertised. You on PlayStation, you will see that game everywhere. When you want to go in and buy that game, you go into the PlayStation store. Those games are blasted everywhere. On Xbox, it is not the case. And I'm like, what are you guys doing? Somebody really needs to get a hold of them and say, we've really got to put our games out in front of everyone. Anytime I had my sister call me and ask me, girl, when Sunset Overdrive was, I guess it was released in Game Pass, girl, Microsoft just put out a new game. Sunset Overdrive. Girl, that game been out for what, 3-4 years. I just got put into Game Pass. Well, where this game been? Why you nobody told me? See, you know, it's like, why is that happening? So yes, that's kind of that's a gripe. But I hopefully with the direction and these new studios and new VPs and department heads and all that good stuff, that'll change. Hopefully.
Yeah, I think the same thing happened with Rise, Son of Rome. Same thing, and the game went to when they did they did a game with gold for that game one month, and people was playing their game like crazy, and it's like, man, this game's good. And like, okay, well, you didn't buy it when the game dropped when it first came out, so you know, it's like crying about it now is like kind of useless because no one's focusing on making a sequel to that game or trying to revive that game. So, it's a problem. They need to figure that out. But I'm tired of Xbox One and done. I'm so sick of that meme. I'm so sick of everything. Like the thing is with Microsoft is they have a war chest of IP, whether it's Crimson Skies, whether it's MechAssault, they got a ton of IPs that they just haven't invested in. So hopefully with the announcement they made at E3 that'll be a change of things, but I'm sick of it too. So
CHAREECE, how you feel about that?
I didn't play Alan Wake because it scared the crap out of me. But for my friend who absolutely loves the game, they need to make a part 2. They really do. He loved it, and so I'm gonna support him in his craziness. But the one and done thing, I would kill for Sunset Overdrive 2. I would literally I would throw money at that.
Really
that game is awesome, but. And like Mama Tita said, with the marketing, they market all of their controllers and stuff on that little square when you first put into the home screen. Why you can't put a game there? Why it's all splashed with controllers all over the dashboard? Market your first party games. Hell, I get emails about Surface all the time. What the hell y'all got coming out in the next 2 months? I don't know. Let me know what's going on. Even the indie games. Like, send me an email every once in a while what you got coming up later on. Like everybody else do. Ubisoft be blowing up my damn email. But I don't know. Delilah, maybe you should be their marketing person. Like, drop them a line every couple of months.
I don't know, man. I'm about to figure
They
something
can
out.
blow up my email and tell me about third-party games. I get
Thank
emails
you,
from
something.
Xbox all the time. They're always marketing other people's games. They are. They're really good
but
at
never their own.
Very true. And that I don't get it. I really, really don't get that.
It's telling me what I'm looking at. I think they marketing team. I don't know who is in. Do anybody know? Like, do we know who the marketing team is, or they just anonymous? Because what it seems to me is like
they suck.
They slipping on their.
I wouldn't say all that, but
no,
they ain't the best.
Yeah, it can be improved. Definitely.
Yes, it could be improved. I don't know. I just think that there are some games that's exclusively towards Xbox that people can, that we can make sequels to, and I just don't I agree. I don't understand why they're not like making moves. I hope so, because they buying companies left and right. They buying companies left and right.
When these new companies are gonna make Alan Wake.
Yeah.
No, I don't see. The thing is, I think these newcomers aren't going to focus on existing IPs. I think they're going to focus on new IPs for whatever reason. I feel like I've said this so many times on this show, on other shows that I've been on, that Microsoft needs to focus on existing IP. They got a ton of IP. Cameo, they could do something with that. I mean, Rare could do something with Cameo. Like they have a ton of, like you said, one and done games that they need to put money behind and focus on. And Because what's the point of buying these studios if they're just going to come up with IPs that may not work out?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Pander to the people who's already played have some familiarity with the games, or like that have played some portion of it, or like for instance with the Ori and the Ori sequel. I think that's fantastic. Ori was a great game, and the fact that they got a sequel to that right away, it seems like it was only based because of the fact that Ori was successful. It's like a game shouldn't have to be, sell 1 million+ copies in order to warrant like a sequel. I know it's a business, but sometimes a sequel needs to be nurtured. Like a game needs to be nurtured. It needs to be beat into your head like, this is good, this is good. Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Ain't got time for that no more.
Yeah, and as brutal of a game as Ori was, because they came up with that definitive edition a few months later where you could change, yes. It was a very successful game, very successful. But no, there's hope with Fable. I know there's rumors, although I don't know if it's
don't get me started.
confirmed. Girl, I'm like, okay, I'm really, really, really excited and interested in just knowing what they are going to do with that, because it's that's a whole nother show. So I guess we could save that maybe for another day going on with that. But yeah,
you think they're gonna announce something at Gamescom?
Oh my God, girl!
Because it's coming up. Like,
I want them to. You better bet all my fingers are crossed for that. And this thing is like, I just want to know what they're going to do with it. Are they going to revamp it? Try to
be a reboot. I think it's gonna be a reboot.
Do a reboot. Yeah,
we already got a reboot or a remaster. Excuse me.
No, not a remaster. A reboot. That's completely different.
Yeah.
A reboot. Like it's the same in the same realm, family of the game, but it's completely redone. Kind of like when they did what was that game? DMC. When they redid DMC.
Yeah.
What else was rebooted?
Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider. God of War was reboot. So like full on reboot. I think it'd be great, and I hope they keep the gameplay kind of mechanic kind of the same with the one button on per skill. I thought that was brilliant. I thought the gameplay, as far as the combat stuff, didn't need to change. Don't need to be touched. I don't even think it was bad. I think it was.
Did you play the first Fable?
Yeah.
I preferred the first Fables. Well, let me say it this way. Fable 3, I think, was the smoothest of the gameplay.
Yeah, they nailed it down by that point.
They did. It was very smooth. But I like the system in the first Fable. It was a little more complex, a little more in-depth. And me being that RPG, kind of loving those having more options and where to apply and how to use my abilities is what. So I hope they are able to fuse the abilities in Fable, the more options you had, with Fable 3's fluidness. I think it'd be cool
if they did, like you said, did the leveling system from 1. Like just the way you get your abilities and stuff from 1, and then for the action combat and the smoothness of transition between magic and gun and combat of 3. Yes, of 3. If they can just kind of marry those and then have the graphics of Fable Legends, that game would be a hit.
And Fable Legends was beautiful. Darkness of Fable 2.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's the game right there.
That's it.
You guys just did it right there.
Yeah.
We just hope we see how much entertaining and fun we're talking about on some old games that wish we had sequels on it. So let's just hope someone in there is saying something.
Is listening to us.
You're listening to somebody.
To have somebody forward this to feel or something like that. But like watch it at go Zoom 20 minutes in and just listen. We talking about the first party. Y'all need some work on that. So yeah.
Okay. Everybody else want to chime in on the current topic that we're discussing? Okay, next topic. I'm going to read you guys the games that has Battle Royale mode this year. Okay.
Oh God.
I'm gonna listen. Battlefield 5.
You got time for it?
Oh goodness.
It's 2 minutes, maybe a minute. Battlefield 5, SOS, Standout VR Battle Royale, Mavericks Proving Ground, Alliance of 9, Fear the Wolves, Proxima Royale, Fractured Lands, Realm Royale, Rapture Rejects, Maelstrom, Europa, Egress, Survival Games Battle Royale, The Darwin Project, Dying Light, Bad Blood, Call of Duty Black Ops 4, Battle Royale, and H1Z1. Those are all the games that has Battle Royale mode this year alone. We're not counting PUBG's. We're not counting the big wigs. We just count like new stuff. How y'all is this gonna be the wave of the future? I mean, let me know.
The only one in that list that I care a rat's behind about would be Dying Light Bad Blood. That's the only one that I care about.
Yeah.
Dying Light Bad Blood. Yeah, that's it for me. Everything else they can hide at. Yeah, but I'm not real big into the multiplayer games anyway. I'm not. But Dying Light Bad Blood, I think I could get with that.
Me, look, I don't. If I either get Call of Duty or Battlefield 5 in my possession, I don't know if I'm going to even touch the battle royale mode. But I'm gonna agree with Mamacita. The one that's the most interesting to me is Dying Light, because Dying Light is a good game, and I want to see their take on the battle royale mode. But damn, it's just too many. It's just too many.
It's a bit saturated. Like, what we call this though, we said right when PUBG came out, when they were talking about PUBG, and then Fortnite was copying the way PUBG was doing their setup, you kind of knew that, okay, this is going to be a game mode frenzy. Everybody just going to kind of have a battle royale. We said this way ahead of time. I mean, it's just coming to fruition as far as people jumping on the bandwagon. And it's going to be more games doing this, because I mean, you can't ignore $1 billion in revenue. You just can't. Sorry, nobody.
I just want to say, Halo came out earlier this week and said they are not going to have a battle royale mode in their game, but they said not right now.
Right, of course.
So is that would or wouldn't?
Right.
That's for a friend.
Maybe
I think it's more of if that money ain't right, then we're gonna add it in. But then they started off the original, what was that? The firefight mode way back in, like, what was that damn game? Like one of those games. It's like basically a horde mode. I enjoy horde mode better than I do battle royale.
Yeah.
Was it? What was Halo? Halo had their little like it was PvP, PvE. What was it called?
Yes. What was that?
I can't remember. I want to say Warzone.
Was it ODST?
No,
Warzone is what they got now.
Okay, Warzone's what they got now.
Warzone is what had fire. Yeah. But it was like fire. It was called firefight mode. Somebody in the chat tell me what the hell I'm talking about. But
I can't even think of it. I'm struggling too.
But I remember playing it because I played it with like friends like hours online. And I enjoyed that type of stuff, like Horde and Gears of War. Like, I enjoy that, but I just can't do battle. I don't know why. I don't know why.
Oh, you botting just a little bit. Can you?
Okay.
Let me see.
What's it called?
Are you? How you?
What was
no, it's not.
Halo 6's listen, what Halo 5? Was it Halo 5? Halo 5. What was Halo 5's multiplayer called? That word, it was like a melting pot of Arena. Was it Arena? What was it called?
Was that what it is? I don't know.
Talking about Warzone?
Well, I said that. I didn't know it was right though. Warzone. Yeah, Warzone.
Is it Warzone?
It's Warzone. Yeah.
Okay then. See,
that's PvP mode and PvE.
Yes, PvE, PvP. I love it because I can play PvE. I don't like playing against. I like playing against the AI, and Halo has great AI. Mm-hmm. So I think something like that. If they do like a battle royale with something similar to that, be awesome. Because I think PvE gets. I guess I'm just not good enough because enough to hang with the tryhards, so to speak. So yeah, I'll just stick with the PvE crowd. So
man, I'm just sticking to pub Jesus. That's all.
PUBG, that's it. The PUBG.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it, because you don't know what kind of elements that each of these new battle royales modes going to incorporate in their game to make it different from the other. I don't need no building. I don't need no extra stuff. Just give me a gun and 100 people and let's get it popping. To be honest with you, I just don't like, personally, I don't like the oversaturation of the battle royale mode. Like it's the freak of the week or the flavor of the month. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And all these games that I done called out, look, I'm going to the topic, another topic. I'm going to the next topic. And as I pull up the website, I see Fortnite advertisement. So,
dude, you remember
Oh yeah,
E3?
they just had that 1 year anniversary. Their 1 year anniversary of Fortnite was like this past week of it being released.
Do you guys remember at E3 how on the show floor they had that huge Fortnite section? Like it literally took over a whole half of the one of the booths. Like the entire thing was just have Fortnite. I'm like, really? Like it's that big to where it's so mainstream now. Everybody know what Fortnite is. You got soccer players doing the darn dances in the World Cup. Like it's ridiculous. So
well, I ain't gonna. I gotta. I just don't mess.
do you think it's
with
gonna
Battle
die?
Royale.
Do you
It's
think
gonna die eventually? Yes.
You think it'll fade?
Eventually. Yes, it will.
I think it's gonna be like a. I don't think so. I think it's gonna be a gameplay mode, kind of like Team Deathmatch and Capture the Flag. Like it's gonna be one of those regular things that every game, every first-person shooter, every shooter game is gonna have. It's gonna be just another game mode, and it's gonna be that common. It's not gonna even matter because as we progress in technology, the developers and publishers and servers, all that stuff is going to be more capable to handle that amount of data transfer for those type of games. So, like I said, it's just going to be another mode. It's not going to be something we talk about. It's going to be one of those things that, what you guys want to play? You want to do Capture the Flag or do you want to do Battle Royale? Like, it's just going to be just literally like that.
But wouldn't that split your player base a little bit?
You say what?
I said, would that split your player bases that like some of your game modes won't be filled all the time?
I mean, yeah, it has. Of course, it has that chance, because some of the games that she listed off, like I haven't even heard of before. So I'm like, man, I didn't even know half those games had battle royales. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, absolutely has a chance of splitting the player base. But like I said, it's gonna be so common to where it's just not gonna matter. It's gonna be just one of those things you play.
Okay. All right, then. Let's go to the next topic. Microsoft confirms that they are going to aggressively invest more in gaming. And to be specific, gaming content, community, and cloud services. My question's into Microsoft. Yeah, the CEO said it.
Yes, Satya Nadella.
Yeah.
He said.
Okay. Ladies, my question to you is, do you think that are they being too aggressive or not aggressive enough?
Not aggressive enough.
Okay. Why? Why, CHAREECE?
Again, we were just talking about the one and done. They just bought 5 studios. They should have been there, done this. No offense, I love them to death, but
this is
true. This is true.
Regime. This is true. Yeah. So maybe
they say you got to spend money to make money.
That's right. Preach.
So maybe they finally feel like, hey, we got enough to play around with, so let's play with it.
Man,
let them play.
They had enough money to play around with, though. That's the thing. They one of the richest companies in the world. Like they got the money. To me, it was never about that. I think they had their priorities jacked up. Like, they wanted to focus on trying to win in the mobile market when it wasn't for them, or trying to win in a different market that wasn't really for them. They already was winning. Okay. Right. Right. Like, which I still think VR and AR is gonna eventually be where they want it to be, but it's not there yet. They got time. They don't have to put a lot of money there to even feel like they're investing there. But I feel like they were already somewhat successful with gaming, and so they should have been continually spend money there. There's no reason why the games that got canceled should have got canceled. Like to me, that shouldn't have ever happened. They should have kept Scalebound. They should have kept Fable Legends, no matter how bad those games would have turned out, because that's the games that you were investing in from jump, and so you just keep investing. And I think the change in the leadership is what sparked all that. And so they had to kind of take a step back, which I completely understand. So for the CEO to come out and say, yeah, we're going to continuously invest in gaming, you can only thank Phil for that, because like he got that new position, and so he reports directly to Satya. And I mean, we'll see, won't we? I mean, like it'll take a couple years, but we'll see whether these investments will pan out to anything. I just think it's awesome that Phil's he's a gamer, and so he understands that, but I wish they would understand more of what games we want, because we tell them all the time we want games like Jet Set Radio Future back compat, and like I ain't heard nothing on that yet.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
that'd be awesome.
What about
Like,
Full House
My
Poker?
daughter would love to play that
Full
game.
House Pork. Like it's so many games that's nostalgia for us that they gotta have some reason as to why they haven't released. And I think when it comes to Jet Set Radio, I think it's because of the music in the game and the licensing. I don't necessarily think it's because of Sega, because Microsoft has a really good partnership with Sega. So I think that it's all because of the music that's in the game. I'll just release it. I wouldn't and change the music. I wouldn't care as long as it sounds similar. People wouldn't be mad as long as they get to play the game again.
Oh no, as long as I got my birthday cake song in there,
I love that song. I absolutely love that song. Birthday Cake and Al, was it Al 10? Was it Al 9 or Al 10? One of those songs.
Yes. Oh my God. See, I forgot to look that up right now. Oh my God.
That whole soundtrack was fire. I'm sorry, it was dope. But yeah. I mean, I don't know. Microsoft, I feel like we've already talked about this topic a little bit because we were talking about Microsoft first party. But the fact that he says they're investing, it just makes me feel like that because Satya is not really a gamer type per se, or he doesn't really follow the industry like that. So I feel like this is Phil's team all day, and with good reason.
Okay, and Mama Sita, how do you feel about that?
Well, the only thing I really would say about that is I'm glad that that Satya has come out and made these statements, because it does show Microsoft's commitment to gaming, not just the Xbox division. Mm-hmm. The Xbox division can really go as far as Microsoft allows them to. So the fact that he has come out and said that we are going to continue to invest aggressively, not only in just content, but the community and cloud and all that stuff, that's great. I think that's something that that we as gamers and those of us that are invested in Xbox, that's good to hear the CEO say that, because we know how Phil feels about it, an Xbox team, but knowing that Satya is 100% behind the Xbox team is, to me, just says, okay, open up the wallet and let's get these IPs and let's go ahead and support these IPs and then give us sequels to these IPs as well.
Okay, lovely input. Let's just hope they do something with that money they got, because they got more than us. So, all right, on to our next topic. Y'all heard Disney fired James Gunn from Guardians of the Galaxy?
I heard about that. Oh my goodness. Oh. I'm sad. I'm a little bit low-key sad, but at the same time I understand. But yeah.
He said some insensitive things.
Yeah, 6 years ago, right? Something like that.
6 years ago, and I guess some hater off the internet dug up his tweets and showed them to Disney, and then Disney fired them. Is it really that? I mean, he did say these things, and he did man up and apologize for these things. You feel me? But for some, is it that messed up in the world that even though you used to be a asshole or insensitive or really ignorant about yourself, and you learn the error of your ways and become a better person, it's so messed up that people will do that? Because do you think Disney was wrong, or you thinking Disney being Disney?
Wow. I guess I'll go first on this, because I don't know. I've been looking into this story. It's not that I don't think. Well, I think someone else can do great by the movie. That's not what I'm alluding to on him being fired. But it's just like, this was said 6 years ago. He had already apologized for it. It was on his personal blog. And for them to just go back, it's like he did the previous movies and knowing that this had been out there, that no one said anything about it. And so for them to just kind of bring it up now, to me, it's got to be more than just that to fire somebody, especially when they knew this already existed, and it's something that he had removed. And, so I think it's just, I don't know. I feel like it's unfortunate, but it's probably more to the story than we know. Because everybody knew that he had already said all these things. He had already, like I said, took it down. It was cleared for all his stuff, apparently, as far as social media. And so for this to just come up now, it's just kind of weird to me.
It's shady.
It is. It seems like something else is being done. Like, okay, we need like, for instance, like, we need a reason to fire him, so let's just bring that up. It's like somebody always got a trump card over you with something you did in the past. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, you don't ever act up, because we can always pull up what you did 6 years ago. You know what I mean? Don't ever say something off the cuff in a meeting, because otherwise 6 years ago we could just pull this out and you gone. Like I feel like that's kind of like what happened. Like I said, I feel like it's more to this story than what's been publicly put out there. It's easy to just say, oh, it's social justice warriors, and it's easy to do that now. Like, that's how I look at it. But I don't know. I could be wrong.
I'm looking at the tweet that he did 6 years ago. So,
They were a little troubling. That when I read,
they were bad. They were terrible.
They were really troubling. But,
they were.
but if you put them in, even putting them in, you know, he says that it was humor. It was like a crude humor, and that's where he was. He was saying he wasn't necessarily like, this was how, these were his thoughts. He was just trying to be funny, trying to bring attention by being kind of outlandish in some of the statements that he was making. It's what he said. My concern, or my question about it really is, okay, fine, but didn't we know this in 2008 and 2009? Like, why is this a big deal in 2018 now? That's my thing with it. I mean, he's who he is. He's done other things and been around. So now all of a sudden, oh my God, let's go back. That's my thing. I'm like, okay, when I look back, I was like, okay, yeah, that was kind of bad, but all right. But if you're trying to be humorous, but when you talk about kids and you're making jokes about sodomizing a child in some kind of way, I don't think you can really try and say, you can't clean that up and dress that up, you know? And so I'm like, oh, okay, I can see why Disney would have been upset by his tweets, but didn't you already know this? That's my thing. It's not like, oh, now that it's being exposed or someone has brought it out to light, oh, now all of a sudden we have to fire the guy. That's my thing. Come on, don't act like you didn't know about that. Somebody told you about those tweets a while back, and all of a sudden now it's an issue. That's all I think.
The more and more I learn about the game. Oh, go ahead. What'd you say?
I was gonna say, okay, but my thing is, when do you stop having to say something, you're sorry for something you did 5, 10, 15 years ago? Like, people change. Are you exactly the same person you were 10 years ago? Hell, I'm not even the same person I was 5 years ago. Do I still have to apologize for my screw ups that I did? To a certain extent, this is kind of what this is. Like, what if you were a kid and you post something on Twitter that was very bad, but yet you grown whatever, and all of a sudden, you know, popped up famous. Somebody digging through your social media, they find this stuff. So what? You're now shamed for the rest of your life, even though you're not that person anymore. That's my problem right there. Like, people do change. I'm not even gonna lie, they do.
Yeah.
Should they get the option to, you know, say they're sorry and just move on with their life, or they just screwed for the rest of their life?
The thing with James is, if he continued to be this type of person while he made these 2 movies with Disney, then I could understand Disney firing him. You know what I mean? If he's this same person he was years ago, making these movies and talking this rah-rah, yeah, Disney, go ahead and fire him. But Disney is like a tight-knit cloth. Nothing shouldn't get past Disney. When he first got started doing the first movie, they should have did a thorough check on his background. They probably would have found this. You know what I mean? And then they would have acted accordingly. But since they didn't, they let him direct those movies, be on to be successful, and did somebody who was heavily political. I don't know who actually who let Disney be aware of these tweets, but I believe someone who was just hating on James.
I feel like Disney probably was already aware of those tweets. He did something. He did something, and somebody used that as a way to just get him out.
Another setup.
Yes. I mean, because it's been out there for so long. It's too old. Like, that's the thing. It's too old. You know? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's my thing. It's been sitting out there in the public's eye for way too long for them to have not known about this.
Especially being Disney, you know they're gonna make sure they check on everything. So
Okay. Let me see. That's nothing. It's just, you just gotta. You have to be careful. If you want to say what you want to say, I guess set up another account and not let them know that's you, or just be really careful what you say. If you in this business, man, and we get these stories like every 2 weeks or every week about somebody saying something they ain't got no business saying, and they end up getting fired. So just, be careful.
What I can't understand is why you ain't went through and deleted this shit in the first place. Like,
the internet is forever. The internet's forever. That's why.
You can't ever believe that when you delete something that is gone. You just can't.
No.
I damn sure try though.
No, shoot, me too. I'm like, man, let me delete this. I know good well that somebody on probably Photoshop, they copied it. Shoot, man.
No, I don't know.
That's why you got to be careful what you say. And he knew better, whether he was trying to be funny or whether he said was like what he said, satire, or however he tried to spin it. I think it was just in poor taste, and it's unfortunate. He's a great what he is his job and what he does, but yeah, there's a lot of other great writers and producers and directors out there that can also work on the movie. So it is what it is. Sorry, burp.
You burped off that good ass.
Sorry. Thank you. It just cut me off mid-sentence, so I'm sorry about that.
Okay. I post up questions. Let me see. Tiger King had a question. I'm looking for it. Ooh, here it is. What games does everyone wants to play for the rest of the year? There's a lot of. I'm gonna be broke.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm thinking Red Dead 2, and that's like the main game. I want to see if they have the same level of content and quality that Red Dead Redemption has become. So, what about you, Delilah?
Man, so many. We Happy Few.
One. Just pick one.
Just pick one. Okay.
So the one that you want the most. The one you want the most.
Oh, the most. Tomb Raider. I'm sorry. I got to finish that story. It's got to be Tomb Raider.
It has to be Tomb Raider?
If I had to pick one, it had to be Tomb Raider.
It has to be. Okay.
Do that to me. Make me pick one.
I know,
one. Right?
I got like 4, but whatever. We ain't gonna go there. Because I could say Forza Horizon because that one looked fire too. So, then you got Code Vein. Oh my, it's so many good games. Okay, yeah, I can't.
Okay, what about you, Mamacita?
And we're talking about games that we're looking forward to playing. That's coming out in September
this year.
Or this year.
This year.
Oh wow.
One game.
Oh man. Okay, you're going to make me choose one, and as reluctant as I am, I'm going to go with Assassin's Creed Odyssey, although I want to say Tomb Raider. Yeah. I want to say Tomb Raider, but I've got to go with Odyssey. I got to.
Yeah.
What about you, CHAREECE?
I'm with Mamacita. Odyssey.
Oh. Okay. I see. I have a question.
Red Dead 2. Oh my gosh, dude, it's too many. It's hard to pick just one.
Y'all gotta help me with that one.
So tell me.
I don't get it either. I don't.
You get okay. You got $60 to buy one game for the rest of the year. What is it? What you still gonna stick with?
Okay,
I'm making sure because y'all want more than one. I'm asking for one.
Well, I do want more than one, but you only said I can say one. I got like 3. I'm like Delilah here.
4. I got 4. Easy.
You
want me to pick between my children?
Oh wow!
How do you do that? Like, which one do you save? Right from drowning?
I mean, you know what? My daughter asked me that question. I'm like, "Helper, you know how to run? You better run."
Okay.
That's
Okay,
Mad at
cold.
you. I ain't gonna go there with that. But I ain't
You
gonna
guys
touch
are
That's
hilarious.
cold. That's cold.
she for real like, Mama, you wouldn't save me? I'm like, no, I'm going for my books and my games.
it. That's bad.
Stop.
That's bad.
I'm telling you, y'all hilarious.
Yeah.
The Prophecy TV has a question. My question is, with Grown Women Gaming growing and growing, can we expect Grown Women Gaming merchandise and
Oh,
a
look at this
GW?
question. I love this question.
Yes, it is. A GWG dedicated YouTube channel and maybe its website. Yes.
Yes and yes.
Yes.
And yes.
Yes. Yes. And yes. Hopefully, I'm doing some personal moves in the background to make it more legit. Hopefully by November, we'll be more official. We already have a Grown Women Gaming dedicated channel on YouTube. You can go make sure you follow it. We do have some content, and we do have our playbacks for our podcasts. Hopefully we'll have more content later down the road. Now, as a website,
that's coming too. That's coming too.
That's coming too. But me personally, I don't want to rush it. I want to make sure everything is perfect, almost. But yes, yes, and yes to answer your question. Rain G4 has a question. Should Fable, the new Fable, are you saying the new Fable should have create a character? Yes. Should he said, should Fable have create a character?
Have a create a character. Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah, they had that previously. Well, you can choose the sex of the characters, like male or female, typically. And it's about the third one, right? Something like that. Whether you
They did.
Yeah.
In
the last one, right?
Actually, in two.
I think it was
well.
the second.
That's right.
Part two.
Brother and sister. That's right. That's how they spent it. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I think as far as creative character, you're talking about like being able to change the hair and the skin tone, and I think that's what that's what Rain's describing. But as far as that, I don't want to be taken out of the story because of all of that. You know what I mean? Like I want to, because typically with Fable though, the character is kind of anonymous, so it probably wouldn't be that big of a problem if they had created a character. I don't know. I just would like for it to be with the cutscenes and stuff. I want it to be like real time cutscenes so that my character be in those. But man, I'm not really worried about that because technology is really good these days, and they've been doing the real time cutscenes for a while. So yeah, bring it on. I think it'd be great to have a creative character.
Okay. Same old Primal says, but that Patreon though, ladies.
Ooh.
Okay, look. Okay, the thing with the Patreon is I have to figure out what I got to do for my Patreon people. Because I don't want to have no Patreon page and not have nothing extra for y'all. You know what I mean? Ain't that the purpose of having a Patreon? Is giving out content that's different with what you usually give out through the public, right?
Yeah, that's definitely the Patreon portion is something that we really haven't kind of went too deep on.
Yeah.
But as far as everything else, I mean, we even with the website, like I know I've had my own personal ideas in regards to like the website and stuff, but I mean, the panel kind of already know why. But as far as Patreon, yeah, it's just something that we really haven't kind of went that deep on because we want to be able to transition smoothly to the new channel and have everything kind of come together real nice, and so that's just kind of later down the road.
Yeah, because I'm broke as fuck, but I ain't worrying about like making money like that. I want to make sure that our content and our presence is on point versus having someone, send me some money. You know what I mean? That's more valuable to me than the actual monetary amount. But hey, if you want to be nice, I ain't gonna stop you. But I'm more about
ladies like for now, hit me up on PayPal, please. Like on the Twitter.
No, I'm more focusing on the channel and the website versus Patreon. So,
well, my question is, what would you like to see if we did something like that? What would you like to see us do?
Because I mess with me, I put out like some cooking videos and some recipes.
hey, I like to eat now. I like to eat.
I like everybody, it don't necessarily have to be like game related content, but it has to be something that I don't put out every day. And I'm thinking about that one. Tiger King says, no who I want GWG to play versus in a game night. Wait, let me pull it up. In a game versus like GWG versus somebody in a game night. Also have to play the double 2XP podcast. Well, when somebody want to challenge us, then we'll consider the offer. But ain't nobody stepped up to us talking about, hey, let's go play these games. So I'm confident on my team.
Yo, me too. Let's go.
Each of my team, each of my members and my associates and my friends, we all have a collective talents of certain individual qualities in gaming. Like if you want a first person shooter, you got me. If you want a battle royale mode, you got LBOOGIE. If you want RPGs with magics and stuff like that, you got CHAREECE. And then if you want just an all around good story and a good, what's the word I'm looking for? Strategist, is that the word?
Yeah,
I can always go. Good enough. Okay, I'll go with DELILAH. But like I said, when somebody step up to us, then we will see what's popping. But ain't nobody step to us talking about playing something. Let me see. Did anybody see The Walking Dead? Nah, man, I ain't been touching that for the last 2 seasons, man. They just went downhill. Any of you ladies picking up? I'm sorry, you guys want to talk about The Walking Dead? Because that's just a whole other conversation. I don't even, man. After Glenn died, it was a wrap. Let me see.
Spoiler alert.
Man. Yo. If you don't know he died already, then you under a rock. Let me see.
We can talk about that new Teen Titans trailer they dropped.
Man, you by yourself.
Kind of pissed me off.
You by yourself.
Hey, it's okay. I know. Hey, I am a Batman fangirl, so it's okay. Okay.
Okay, let me see. Nerd. I have. Just stupid.
But I'm your nerd.
Aww.
You know I love you, girl.
All right. Is any of you lady picking up the PS4 Spider-Man console? Mamacito?
No, not the console. Nope.
No.
I already have a PS4 Pro. I just got one a couple of months ago. So no.
I tell
that was
you,
way
I'm
too
not,
quick, people. I'm sorry.
I ain't gonna front, yo. That PlayStation 4 or whoever designed that shit needs to get fired because that shit looked like 8th grader did. I could do better on that. And
I've seen better artwork by 8th graders.
Yeah, no.
What you mean? Shout out to Xbox Pro because he know how to design consoles. They should have called him up and said, "Hey, we need this Spider-Man design, and we need to be popping." His designs are popping.
Yes, Xbox Pope. He is on fire with.
He just designs to be designing stuff, and for that PlayStation console for Spider-Man, y'all making it look like, and y'all supposed to hype up this game. This is supposed to be the best game out here right now. What?
I can't with you right now. I can't.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Now the game looks good.
I just wanted to, what's his name? Same old. Oh my God, he is so correct. Yeah. Yeah. Jason and Damien would say that. If anything, Dick Grayson is riding Batman.
She on a whole nother thing.
No, I read the comments.
No, the comment in the chat that says Dick Grayson.
There's a comment in the chat.
I see it. It's all good.
Yes, it's basic. So it's basic. So I tell you what, when I get another PlayStation 4, it won't be that one.
Yeah, that's to me. It's not all that. It's not all that. But I'm definitely getting the game. I'm getting the game.
Yeah, the game look crazy. The game
looks crazy. I gotta get the game.
The game don't match the design, and that's sad.
Yeah.
So the game looks good for that game.
You know, when I first saw it, I was like, oh, but then as my eyes began to really set on that spider, I was like, nah, that'll creep the heck out of me having that bug sitting. I was like, nah, that spider just a little too big.
My favorite color is red too, and it's still just.
But I love red. That's what made me go, oh. But I was like, that spider is just a little too big.
You know what would have been fire though? If they would have made the doggone red, like the spider, like a little bit translucent, kind of like a red on red. That would have been sick because it'd been kind of like subtle. It wouldn't have been so overpowering. Man, I could.
Yeah, that white, and it was that bright white. It just kind of, it's kind of one of the ones you see somebody, you first look at them, go, "Ooh, she or he Yeah. And then you look again.
Yeah. So eighth grader is kind of. I guess
that's all right. So we're planning on it. So the answer is no. We're not going to get that PS4.
No. Plus, I just got it, like I said.
And Mama Sita's case, she just got one.
Yeah, I have a white.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It's like a flatbed scanner to me. Every time I look at it, I'm like, it looks like a.
See, you know what? And I'm looking at it right now. Don't put that visual in my head, girl. Don't put no paper in it now.
Don't make that mistake.
Oh, you guys are hilarious. Okay. Same old Primal. I see your suggestions on it. I'm going to write that down as soon as I get off the stream and for the Patreon and for the future. And I'm taking a look and I'm seeing we don't have any more questions. So I'm going to wrap this up so we can all do our respectable things on a Saturday morning / afternoon. And I want to give one love shout out to Mama Sita for stopping by. You ain't no guest no more now. So
okay.
Yeah, about family now.
Oh, so I gotta go in the kitchen and get my own plate now.
You gotta get your own drink.
I gotta fix my own food. I gotta get
yes.
Get my own drink. Oh man, pour my own Kool-Aid, huh?
Yeah, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, thank you for joining us today. Do you want to tell the people where you at and what you're doing as far as gaming wise now?
Well, I mean, if y'all don't know already, I'm Mama Sita 925 on Mixer. That's where you can find me, and on Twitter as well. Well, no, I'm Classic Gamer Girls on Twitter. So, yeah, that's it.
Okay. What about you? I'm supposed to say LBOOGIE. Oh my God.
Shout out to LBOOGIE, by the way.
Shoot. Shout out to LBOOGIE.
Yes. Hope she's having a blast.
Yeah, I hope so too. What are you? What? Tell them where you at and what you doing.
You can find me on Twitter at Natora M, on Xbox at CHAREECE. I am usually streaming late at night and early in the mornings. Always down for a conversation about Batman.
Oh God.
I said that just for you, DELILAH. That's my boyfriend now. He just don't know it.
Okay, what about you? What about you, DELILAH?
Yes, you guys know you can find me on Twitter, DELILAH_HD, right here on Grown Women Gaming, and also on Fridays on GWG Podcast. Yes, it was fun. Thank you for rocking out with us, chat. We do appreciate it. Go ahead, lady.
Okay. Before I do my outros, I missed a question, and I'm going to answer it real quick. This question, same old Primal, was like, games besides battle royales, what genre do you want Microsoft to tackle? I say RPGs. RPGs. I want to thank everybody that stopped by today. I want to thank my lovely panel. I like to thank Mama Sita for stopping through, showing us love. Shout out to LBOOGIE. I hope she's having fun. I'm lightweight jealous, but I know she's doing it for the team. So you know where I'm at because you guys already at my channel. I'm going to be streaming on Twitch later on today. Maybe some Mass Effect or Devil May Cry or maybe even Heavy Rain. I might do Heavy Rain today. And I just want you guys to just be yourselves, love yourself, and love each other. And you guys have a wonderful afternoon / morning. And we will see you guys next week. Same time, same place. Peace.